Big Z Reviews. Honey Boy is a new drama written by Shia LeBeouf about his life as a child star and having an abusive father and like what it means to him and how it affected his adult life and the troubles he has with alcohol and drugs. And it is a pretty interesting film.
I don't need to talk about my dad.
Good take, good take. You did it. Good job, everybody.
My dad's not the reason I drink. He's the reason I work.
I'm getting him.
Come here. Childlike love!
So I've watched a lot of Shia LaBeouf films, and I haven't really loved any of them. I mean, I've enjoyed some of them. I've watched all the Transformers movies, even though I didn't really like them that much. I watched all of them once, I think. But, you know, I've seen other things when he was... I don't know if I've seen, like, some of the kids' films he was famous for. Like, I don't think I was the right, really, age there. But, like, I was, like, old enough to not want to watch kids' films, but not, like, old enough to be aware. I don't know. Like, I'm not really too familiar with his younger films, I think. But, I mean, this is... The framing of it is interesting. Because, I mean, essentially, he wrote this in rehab. And they trying to come to terms with... like, you know, what happened as a kid and stuff. And, you know, this was directed by Alma Har'el, and the direction is very good. And then all the acting is great. Like, Shia LaBeouf plays Shia LaBeouf's dad, and Lucas Hedges plays an adult Shia LaBeouf, and Noah Jupe plays a child Shia LaBeouf. And the framing of it, like how it goes back from, like, you know, you're in the present and go seeing what's going on. Like, some stuff like... and then it goes back to, you know, when he was a kid. I mean, it's almost like he's telling the story to the therapist. Well, even maybe he's not telling the therapist, but that's actually going on in his mind as what he's writing or thinking about, even though he's, like, putting on an act for the therapist. And there's a lot of interesting stuff there. I think, though, that I almost find Shia LaBeouf's acting as a dad a little over the top, a little cartoonish, like a caricature almost. But I mean, maybe that's what his dad was like. I mean, maybe his acting performance is amazing and that's what his dad was. But I just found that it took me out of the movie a little bit. Like, it felt a little over the top. But I mean, the kid is excellent. And but there's some odd choices. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but like there's some pedophilia, I think, in the movie, but it's presented like it's gorgeous, and like I know that's something that really happens. That's happening now, like with Finn Wolfhard and Eleven, you know, the Stranger Things cast, like with adults like romanticizing or sexualizing kids, and I'm sure it happened with him. Like earlier in the movie, like they say that like the dad's like joking about him with some girls like looking, they noticed him and they know he's a celebrity. But like there's this girl like in this trailer park that is older, like in their 20s, I would guess. And like the way they presented it, obviously it's written by Shia LaBeouf, so it's in his head like he's romanticized it. But at the same time, the kid's 12 and she's like in the 20s, and they apparently have sex. Like they don't like show them having sex, but they have like this really beautiful scene, and it's a beautiful scene where like they're like mime acting, like they're doing like mime work essentially with each other, but it's romantic. And I'm like, well, that's a really beautiful scene, but like, but wait, are they like they're? It seems like they're kind of a little. I don't know if I like that. It's a little awkward. And then they end up in a room, and the dad comes home drunk after getting high at the strip club, and finds her like she's naked and trying to cover up. And there's like did you have sex? And like he's a child, and like that's the only time where you think that you're kind of with the dad, like even though he left him alone for it to happen. But like the way they framed it, almost like he was still the bad guy. Like something about how they framed this, really what it is pedophilia, was odd. Like, because, I mean, like, it's romanticized. And I just don't know how I feel about that aspect of the film. I mean, the rest of the film is very excellent. But I'm a little weirded out by how they presented it. Like, it didn't present it like, oh, this damaged me or something. It was very romantic. And it's romantic with like a 20-year-old and a 12-year-old. And that's just a little odd. But I mean, for actual film, I mean, it is good, but I didn't love it. Like, I mean, I probably give like maybe a 7 out of 10. It was interesting. I mean, it's worth a watch, but I'm just not sure how I feel about some of the aspects of it. But thanks for watching. You get to check out the other plays on my head and subscribe to Net Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z movie review. Thanks for watching.